Before I continue, I want to ask each and every one of us here, is our product good?
Yes.
If our product is good, which means that everybody here is eating this product, am I right? But when you go back home, when you see your family, when you see your father, your mother, your grandmother, will you encourage them to eat this product as well? So good things is always worth sharing, just like Italy's coffee. My colleague Agatha fell in love with Italy coffee to a point she goes around and says, Italy is the best coffee. This latte with soy milk, so good. Because why? Because good things are worth sharing. So by setting 0.1% of the population that will consume our product, it's actually very, very conservative. But let's just use 0.1%. Let's just take it as there are more people that don't believe in this product as compared to there are more people that believe in this product. At a 0.1% consumption rate, monthly, just in Singapore, we are talking about 800 oversets. And yearly, we are talking about just 10,000 oversets. If you ask me now, this number, is it accurate or not? I can tell you all, in Singapore, it's not 0.1%. When we started, maybe it's 0.1%. But Singapore being the home ground for Riway International, right now the percentage is way higher. But this is just for reference purposes. And we always know that Riway, your sales or the revenue that you make, 80% of this will go into the leader's pocket. Because our Riway payout system pay as high as 80%. Sometimes even more than 80%, depending on how your structure is like. The more lines you have, the more percentage you will receive. So 80%, 23 over million euro that is being rewarded out to the leaders and distributors of Singapore. So this might not look like a very huge number to European leaders, but this is the minimum payout by the company. Let's take a look at the neighboring country, Malaysia. Malaysia has a population of 35.5 million. Using the same formula, 0.1% will consume our product. The 99.9%, they are not going to touch our product. Monthly, minimally, we are talking about 5,000 oversets. And 5,000 sets for Malaysia, such a big country. Do you think it's difficult? We are talking about 30 over millions population, 5,000 sets per month. It is very, very easy. And definitely Riway Malaysia has already exceeded this. But just to play safe, we are just using 0.1%. Take a look at the yearly sales. It is 173 million per year. And after reducing and paying out to the leaders as high as 80%, we are talking about minimally 140 million euro that is being paid out to the leaders and distributors of Riway Malaysia. So why I show this with you all? Why I show this to you all? Because we need to understand how Riway started and whether is it going to be relevant to us in Europe. Today, a lot of leaders, we know Team 37, we know David Yeo. I believe a lot of us went to his house before. A lot of us managed to see what kind of lifestyle his and his family is living. A lot of us get to experience the kind of vehicles that his family is driving. And this is just talking about one person, David Yeo. If you all were to visit Jaden's house or visit Jaden's family in Singapore, you pretty much see the same thing, just like what you see has experienced on David Yeo. And it's not only limited to just David Yeo and Jaden. In Singapore, there's a lot of leaders that already achieve permanent success, lifelong success, to a point the next generation, the future generation, they don't have to worry about monetary issue. Because Riway has this system whereby your accounts, your finance can be handed over to the next generation. Not only limited to Singapore, we still have Mei Yang, we still have Jolie, we have so many successful leaders in Singapore that I cannot list everybody out. And today, sitting in this room, we have Mr. Tan Soo Tiam. Mr. Tan Soo Tiam now lives in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and he is a neighbor of our boss. And if you all have seen the earlier image of the first 100 team elites, that is in our boss Malaysia house. I cannot call house, I should use mansion to describe the kind of place our boss is staying. And today in this room, our boss Mr. Lim neighbor, we have Mr. Tan Soo Tiam. And he's also just one of the successful leader in Malaysia, whereby there's a lot of such leaders. Which is why a lot of countries, these leaders that are seated with us here from Asia, we see them as our role model. Because they are the pioneer that already achieved what Riway committed that we want leaders to achieve. And they have already achieved. Which means that if they can do it, if they can do it in their country with this population, we in Europe should be able to achieve the same or even more. Do you all agree? And I believe definitely it will happen, because let's look at the European market. Looking at the world map and looking at Europe, Europe is also not very big. The world is very big, and the good thing about our business is worldwide. But let's not talk about worldwide first. Let's focus in where we are right now, which is currently Czech Republic, Poland, and Hungary. So using the same formula, let's take a look at Poland. It has a population that is quite similar to Malaysia, which means to say, following the same formula of only 0.1% accept our company's product. Only 0.1%. This is the amount of payout that we expect to have yearly, and that is being paid out to the leaders of Poland. You ask me, have we achieved this number already? We have not yet. In Poland, not yet. 5,000 over sets per month, not yet. We have not yet achieved this in Poland. But we are very close. We are in the few thousand range, and it's very close. And the important thing is, in Poland, we are just starting. We have leaders. You're just by logging into the system, you pretty much will know how many sets per month, how many sets per day. Achieve this 0.1%, 5,000 over sets in Poland, it is very, very doable and achievable, and it's very easy. And if you were to double this, which means to say the yearly payout, or rather the monthly payout, it will be doubled. Let's look at Czech Republic. 10 million overpopulation, 80%, this is the amount that is being paid out yearly as well. When we look at Hungary, also quite close to the population of Czech Republic. Maybe you will say, oh, my country is not so good. I compare with Poland, Poland is 3 times my country. It's always good to take picture something that is bigger than something that is smaller. Like our boss always say, do you prefer to go and look at waterfall? Or would you rather go to your toilet and look at the sink, the water coming out from your sink? So our boss always encourage us, dare to dream big, think of big things, because big things make people excited. Yes, Poland is definitely bigger, but I don't believe we cannot make it in Czech Republic or Hungary. Because why? Because Singapore, 6 million people only. And if you do go to Singapore for an event, you can see so many Rolls Royce, so many successful leaders living in the bungalow. They have no money issue for the rest of their life. And if Singapore can achieve it, any other country, we can achieve it as well. But today, if you look at just Poland, Czech, and Hungary, if you really want to become a very successful leader in Europe, just looking at this country is not enough. If you can make it in this country, you are considered successful already. Because Singapore 6 million, we already created so many successful individuals. But if you are someone that wants greater success, maybe there are other country leaders here. I don't even dare to include Germany down here. If you are from Germany, you know that the population is way larger than Poland. Maybe we are from Italy, maybe we are from Bulgaria, Slovakia, we can be from anywhere in Europe. But what is important is we need to understand the market. Because Europe countries are so convenient in this continent. Today I can be in Rome, tomorrow I can be in Poland. On the same day I could be in Czech Republic. It is doable in Europe. But in Asia, not so. So if you want to achieve super great success, then there's another thing that I want to show you, which is instead of looking at individual country, let's take a look at the whole of Europe. I believe today in Europe, we have expanded to the US. We have the US team as well. Today we don't talk about US, we don't talk about North America or South America. We just look at Europe by itself, this continent. There is a total population of 744 million. And using the same theory of 0.1%, majority of the people in Europe, they don't like petir. They feel that petir is not going to help them. Only 0.1% believe in the company, believe in the product. We are talking about over 100,000 sets per month. And that's talking about 3.65 billion euro revenue per year. And the payout, same 80%. We are talking about 2.9 billion payout yearly just in the Europe's market. I want to ask you a question. Do you think this is possible? Recently in Asia, Tato Kenny, our senior director, about the Europe's market. These slides, or rather, okay, these slides is what Tato Kenny has been going around Asia to share with the Asian leaders. Because Asian leaders keep asking, why now Europe have everything? Why is the company putting in so much effort at Europe? Why Europe can go to Greece? Why I cannot go to Greece? And this is what Tato Kenny share with the Asia countries that we have Riway inside. They say currently we see Europe is doing so well, but this Europe that we feel that is doing very well, it is not from the big countries in Europe. Do you agree? We are only at the East Europe